The fifth planet was very strange. It was the smallest of all. There was just enough room on it for a street lamp and a lamplighter. The little prince was not able to reach any explanation of the use of the street lamp and the lamplighter somewhere in heavens on a planet which had no people and not one house. But he said to himself nevertheless, it may be well that that man is absurd. It is not so absurd as the king, that conceited man, the businessman, and the tippler, for at least his work has some meaning. When he lights his street lamp, it is brought one more star to life, or one flower. When he puts out his lamp, he sends a flower or a star to sleep. That is a beautiful occupation, and since it is beautiful, it is truly useful. When he arrived at the planet, he respectfully saluted the lamplighter. Good morning. Why have you just put out the lamp? Those are good orders, replied the lamplighter. Good morning. What are the orders? The orders that I put out my lamp. Good evening. And he lighted his lamp again. But why have you just lighted it again? Those are the orders, replied the lamplighter. I do not understand, said the little prince. There's nothing to understand, said the lamplighter. Orders are orders. Good morning. And he put out his lamp. Then he mopped his forehead with a handkerchief decorated with red squares. I follow a terrible profession. In the old days it was reasonable. I put the lamp out in the morning, and in the evening I lighted it again. I had the rest of the day for relaxation and the rest of the night for sleep. And the orders have changed since then? The orders have not changed, said the lamplighter. That's a tragedy. From year to year the planet has turned more rapidly, and the orders have not been changed. Then what? Asked the little prince. Then the planet now makes a complete rotation every minute, and I no longer have a single second for repose. Once every minute I have to light my lamp and put it out. That's very funny. A day only lasts a minute here. Why do you live? It's not funny at all, said the lamplighter. While we have been talking together, a month has gone by. Whoa. Whoa. Yes, a month. 30 minutes. 30 days. Good evening. And he lighted his lamp again. The little prince watched him. He felt as he loved the lamplighter, who was so faithful to his orders. He remembered the sunsets which he had often gone to see, in other days, merely by pulling up his chair, and he wanted to help his friend. You know, he said, I can tell you a way you can rest whenever you want. I always want to rest, said the lamplighter, for it is possible for a man to be faithful and lazy at the same time. The little prince went on his explanation. Your planet is so small that 3 strides will take you all the way around it. To be always in sunshine, you need only walk rather slowly. When you want to rest, you will walk, and the day will last as long as you like. It doesn't do me much good, said the lamplighter. The one thing I love in life is to sleep. You're unlucky, said the little prince. I am unlucky, said the lamplighter. Good morning. And he put out the lamp. That man, said the little prince as he continued to himself, as he continued farther on his journey, that man would be scorned by the others, by the king, by the conceited man, by the tippler, by the businessman. Nevertheless, he is the only one of them who does not seem to be ridiculous. Perhaps it is because he is thinking of something else besides himself. He breathed a sigh of regret and said to himself again, That man is the only one of them all whom I could have made my friend. But his planet is indeed too small. There is no room for it for 2 people. What the little prince did not dare confess was that he was sorry most of all to leave his planet, because it was blessed every day with 1,000... He was sorry most of all to leave the man's planet, because it was blessed every day with 1,440 sunsets. The 6th planet was 10 times larger than the last one. It was inhabited by an old gentleman who wrote voluminous books. Oh, look, he said. Here is he, an explorer, when he saw the little prince come. The little prince sat down on the table and panted a little. He had already travelled so much and so far. What is that big book? Said the little prince. What are you doing? I'm a geographer, said the gentleman. What's a geographer? Asked the little prince. A geographer is a scholar who knows the location of all the seas, rivers, towns, mountains, and deserts. That is very interesting, said the little prince. Here at last a man who has a real profession. And he cast a look around him at the planet of the geographer. It was the most magnificent and stately planet he had ever seen. Your planet is very beautiful, he says. Has it any oceans? I couldn't tell you, said the geographer. Ah, the little prince was disappointed. Has it any mountains? I couldn't tell you, said the geographer. And towns, rivers, and deserts? I couldn't tell you that either. But you're a geographer. Exactly, the geographer said. But I am not an explorer. I haven't a single explorer on my planet. It's not a geographer who goes out and counts the towns, the rivers, the mountains, and seas, the oceans, and the deserts. The odd geographer is much too important to go luffing about. He does not leave his desk, but he receives the explorers in his study. He asks them questions, and he notes down what they recall of their travels. And if the recollections of anyone among them seems interesting to him, the geographer orders an inquiry into that explorer's moral character. Why is that? Because the explorer who told lies would bring disaster on the books of geographer, so would an explorer who drank too much. Why is that? Asked the little prince. Because intoxicated men see double. The geographer would note down only 2 mountains in a place where there was only one. I know someone, said the little prince, who would make a bad explorer. It is possible, then, when the moral character of an explorer is shown to be good, an inquiry is ordered into his discovery. One goes to see it? No, that would be too complicated. For one requires the explorer to furnish proofs. For example, if the discovery in question is that of a large mountain, one requires large stones to be brought back from it. The geographer was suddenly stirred to excitement. But you come from far away. You are an explorer. You shall describe your planet to me. And having opened his big register, the geographer sharpened his pencil. The recitals of explorers are put down first in pencil. One waits until the explorers furnish proofs before putting them down in ink. Well, said the geographer expectantly. Oh, where I live, said the little prince, it is not very interesting. It is so small. I have 3 volcanoes, 2 volcanoes are active, and the other is extinct, but one never knows. One never knows, said the geographer. I also have a flower. We do not record flowers, said the geographer. Why is that? A flower is the most beautiful thing on the planet. We do not record them, said the geographer, because they are ephemeral. What does that mean, ephemeral? Geography, said the geographer, are all books are most concerned with matters of consequence. They never become old-fashioned. It is very, very rarely that a mountain changes its position. It is very rarely that an ocean empties its waters. We write of eternal things. But extinct volcanoes may come to life again, said the little prince. What does that mean, ephemeral? Well, volcanoes are extinct or alive. It comes the same thing for us, said the geographer. The thing that does matter to us is the mountain. It does not change. But what does it mean, ephemeral? Repeated the little prince, who never in his life had let go of a question once he had asked it. It means, which is in danger of speedy disappearance. Is my flower in danger of speedy disappearance? Certainly is. My flower is ephemeral, the little prince said to himself, and she only has 4 thorns to defend herself in the world, and I have left her on my planet all alone. This was his first moment of regret, but he took his courage once more. What place would you advise me to visit now? He asked. The planet Earth, replied the geographer. It has a good reputation. And the little prince went away, thinking of his flower. What place would you advise me to visit now? He asked. The province of British Columbia, replied the geographer. It has a good reputation. And the little Bleppo went away, thinking of his mother. I love you, Christy. Sleep well. Keep calm, find llama, carry on. I love you, and I'll be home in 7 days by the time I wake up. That's a week. Oh, is it a week now? Is it Saturday? It's Saturday, so I'll be home in a week. I love you, Christy. Good night. Ah!